I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Village Board for December 14th, 2021. Will you please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Village Clerk, would you please call the roll?
President DeSimone?
Here.
Trustee Carmona?
Here.
Trustee Fry?
Here.
Trustee Lomax?
Here.
Trustee Penicola?
Here.
Trustee Perez?
Here.
That's 6.
At this time, we'll move to public comment. Does anyone wish to address the board? If so, please approach the podium and state your name.
No, we don't have anything.
Any public comment? No? Seeing none? Are there any online public comment?
There are no online public comments.
This will conclude public comment at this time. I'd like to take a moment. I'd ask that we deviate from the regular order of business in order to announce the Holiday Home Decorating Contest winners. Is there a motion to deviate from the agenda for the Holiday Home Decorating Contest?
You have a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please say nay. Motion carries, and we will now announce the winners. Let's see here. Third place. I only have, oh wait. Got two of them there.
On screen. Is that Elf?
So, third place is 402 Barron Street. Gustavo Medina, are you here? No. Congratulations. Second place is 835 South Addison. Patricia Engel.
Nice.
And our grand prize winner, 452 South Mason. Stephen Matusek, are you here?
Come on up front. Bring your whole family.
Corey.
That's with the Ferris wheel and everything. Great.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Good job. You know? That's your winning prize.
Oh, thank you.
And if you hold that open, we can take a picture.
No. Thank you.
Congratulations again to everybody who participated and the winners. Let's go back to our regular scheduled program. Is there a motion to approve? Oh, I'm sorry. We will now return to regular order of business. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from the November 16th, 2021 Village Board meeting?
You have a motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Are there any modifications to the minutes? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
You said yes.
Oh. Trustee Penicola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 6.
Motion carries.
5.
Motion carries and the minutes are approved. The next item of business is to approve the warrant in the amount of $4,948,056.68. Is there a motion to approve the warrant?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion on the warrant? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Penicola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and the warrant is approved. There are no items on the consent agenda. One is an ordinance of the Village of Bettsville, DuPage, Cook County, Illinois, approving a consulting and service agreement with S&G Thor Consulting Corporation for consulting services for 2022. Is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
Do you have a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Being a motion and a second, do we have any discussion?
Yes, S&G Thor is our special events consultant. They've been with us for about 4 years now. This is their annual contract that we renew with them. There's a small cost of living adjustment in here of 5%. This is the first increase that we've seen from them since signing them on.
Any questions from the board?
How long have they been with us?
Oh, since Frank, you got in, I think, so.
Their fifth year.
Fifth year.
Fantastic. Okay.
Any other questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Penicola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and ordinance is passed. Number 2 is a resolution approving the agreement with Avion Consultants LLC in the Village of Betsville for consulting services for 2022. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second?
You have a second?
Being a motion and a second, do we have discussion?
Avion, likewise, Avion Solutions has been with us for about 7 years. Prior to that, 6 years prior to that, they were with L&G, which was a costly DC lobbying firm. We pulled them off, and instead of spending tens of thousands of dollars a month, we're now spending just a few $100s a month. They have not raised rates since we started with them. They're at $150 an hour.
And what do they consult?
They are our aviation consultants, so they help monitor what's going on at the airport for us.
Any questions from the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries, resolution is approved. Under Community and Economic Development is an ordinance approving a site plan and amendment to a planned unit development for the future industrial business park at the Mohawk Terrace neighborhood. Is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
You have a motion?
Do we have a second?
Second.
Being a motion and a second, do we have any discussion? Scott?
Yes, sir. This is, of course, Mohawk Terrace, the industrial redevelopment of the neighborhood of 107 lots, 106 houses. It was originally approved, the planned unit development on a preliminary basis back in November of 2020. We did approve a final plan development to do the mass earthwork throughout the whole 68-acre site. We came back with M&L Realty and amended that approval to approve the 2 buildings on the eastern half of the property. Tonight, we have Prologis here with the 2 buildings on the western half of the property, about 32 acres, about 660,000 square feet. It is in substantial compliance with the preliminaries we had approved way back when in November. It did go to the CDC here last week, and they recommended approval 5-0.
Any questions from the board? Any comment from, what do we say, Prologis? Good?
Caesar?
Okay. Please call the roll.
Wait.
Oh, you wanted to say something, or? No, it's up to you.
Merry Christmas.
Call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and the ordinance is passed. Number 2 is an ordinance approving a ground lease of village property located at 540 County Line Road with MTR for a term of 6 months. Is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
You have
So
a
moved.
motion?
Do I have a second on the motion?
The second?
Being a motion and a second, is there discussion?
Very briefly, MTR, of course, is on the South County Line Road, the 900 block. Back in 2017, when they had their last expansion, the village rented them 540 County Line Road. Joe was kind enough to let Public Works get out of there for them. They scored about 20 trucks there for 6 months, and then it was extended one time. Once again, the Loya family is expanding MTR, and it's the same request, identical to the 2017 lease agreement with them, and we recommend its approval.
Yes, so they're buying the lot to the south of
To
them.
the south, they're buying the vacant lot at 960.
Yeah, so their truck sales business has gone through the roof, so they need to put more trucks on their lot.
Wow.
They're storing trucks all over the city, so they bought that lot and they're gonna store trucks, but they need to move some trucks, so that's kinda why we're giving them that land for now. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona? Yes. Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and ordinance is passed. 3 is an ordinance granting a variation to allow an increase in the maximum allowable driveway width for a turnaround pad at 427 North Illinois Route 83, Pennsylville, Illinois. Is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Being a motion is second, is there a discussion? Scott?
This is a large lot on Route 83. It looks like a corner lot, but it's not. There's no garage currently on the property. The driveway was in need of repair, and so the homeowner is here. They did ask that they pave the driveway, pardon me, and then get a turnaround, for lack of a better word, so they don't have to back out on the Route 83. Before 2019, such a turnaround was permitted by the code. It's no longer permitted, but they did seek the variation for safety and so forth. The CDC did recommend approval 5-0 of this request.
Any questions from the board? Call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and ordinance is passed. Number 4 is an ordinance granting a variation to allow a 20 by 20 paved parking area not adjacent to a garage at 16 West Irving Park Road. Is there a motion to approve this ordinance?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Being a motion and second, is there discussion?
This is a single-family house between the Shell and the auto repair, Trilla Auto Tech on Irving. The petitioner did request a 20 by 40-foot parking area off the alley to the south of the home. The CDC and the staff had recommended 20 by 20, which is our standard. As I think I mentioned, there's not a garage on the site. The CDC voted 3-2, actually, to recommend the 20 by 20, not the 20 by 40 as requested, and that was in fact the staff recommendation as well. The Pickla family is here tonight if you have any questions for them.
Any questions from the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona? Yes. Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and the ordinance is passed. 5 is an ordinance granting a variation to allow a 10 by 20 paved parking area not adjacent to the garage entrance at 244 South Center Street. Is there a motion to approve this ordinance?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second? Second. There being a motion and a second, do we have discussion?
This is a house, pardon me, on Center, just south of the mid-block cut-through, if you will, of the Center Street alley. The door to the garage is on the north side of the garage. The request was to do additional, what we used to call parking pads. They did request 2 parking pads. There's really not room to meet the code for the size or so forth in that request. And the CDC and the staff recommended that the south side of the garage on the Center Street alley be approved. And that was recommended for approval 5-0. They are here tonight if you have any questions.
Any questions from the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona? Yes. Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and ordinance is passed. 6 is a resolution approving the proposed extension of current agreement with SMG Security Services, providing the village mandated fire alarm monitoring services utilizing a wireless AES Intelnet network. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
The motion and second, discussion.
The village has used SMG to monitor the fire alarms throughout the village since 2011. This is an extension of that contract that's been extended in the past. The request is to extend it for another 60-month term, and for the first time, we'd raise the monthly fee from $35 to $50 per radio. There's a monthly stipend that's returned to the village, which is standard practice. The stipend would be $29.50 to the village to use for village programs. We did a survey, and SMG is here. We did a survey with them of the usual suspects in our geographic area. This puts us right in the middle of the pack. Some are higher, some are lower. And so we felt this was a fair term. They do excellent service. We have a great relationship with them, and we recommend approval of this contract extension.
Any questions from the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona? Yes. Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and the resolution is approved. 7 is a resolution requesting the Surface Transportation Board review of the regional impacts before approving Canadian Pacific's Railway's acquisition of Kansas City Southern. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Being a motion is second, who's going to take this discussion?
I'll take this one. So I've notified the board of this, but it's this is us taking our first public action. Canadian Pacific Rail is acquiring Kansas City Southern Rail. What that's going to mean for us is along our metro line, the Milwaukee District West, they're estimating that it will double the number of freight trains as well as elongate the freight trains. We believe this will negatively impact the village of Bentsville for obvious reasons. We know that we spent so much time, energy, and effort trying to release the traffic jam caused by trains up at Irving and York. Now the proposal is basically shift that problem south. So we're going through the federal environmental impact study with the Surface Transportation Board. And right now we're just asking questions to try to get clarifying statements to try to mitigate the impact that this will have on our community. The mayor is submitting a letter to the Surface Transportation Board expressing his concern. I've expressed my concern. What this resolution is doing tonight is the board expressing their concern. Our planners will then upload this to the Surface Transportation Board's website and make a kind of draw the line in the sand. Additionally, we've joined up with the communities along the Milwaukee District West Corridor here in northern DuPage, as well as the city of Elgin, to have present a united front to try to fight this. It's unlikely we'll be able to stop this merger, but we're going to try to extract some mitigations for soundproofing, traffic enhancements, railway enhancements, and it's a big fight ahead of us. We've engaged Christopher Burke Engineering as a local engineer, as well as Tom Wilcox, who's a railroad attorney out of D.C. We're going to split the cost, try to fight this, and do what we can for the betterment of our residents. So tonight, you're voting on a resolution that expresses our concern with this proposed merger.
Any questions from the board?
What's the length of time that you think we're looking at here before it starts getting?
So, yeah, that's a great question. The EIS process is typically a 12-month process, and then at the end of that, the Surface Transportation Board will either grant permission to Canadian Pacific to merge with Kansas City Southern or deny it. Canadian National previously tried to acquire Kansas City Southern and failed with the Surface Transportation Board due to a technical governance issue. The Canadian Pacific acquisition is much more likely to go through, but we won't see the impact of those operations probably for about 2 to 3 years. And that's one of our concerns is the projections that Canadian Pacific has put out are only 3-year projections for increased traffic. We don't know what happens in year 4, 5, and 6,
Right.
which this will be the first rail line that connects Mexico to Canada, which is a pretty significant thing.
Sure.
So we want to make sure that we're ahead of this and we're staying on top of it.
Any other questions from the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Penicola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
The motion carries and the resolution is approved. Number 8 is a resolution authorizing the transfer of $1.56 million from the Tax Increment Financing District 5, which is Heritage Square, to Tax Increment Financing District 7, Irving Park Church Road. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Being a motion and a second discussion?
I'll take this one. So TIF 5 is Heritage Square, which is the lovely neighborhood we have here just off of Main Street. It was developed by using TIF funds, which is a very successful project. You usually don't see successful residential TIFs. This one is. A TIF is a 23-year process, and we are coming up on year 23. There is remaining fund balance in TIF 5, and TIF 5 is adjacent to TIF 7. Under state statute, we're allowed to move money between those two TIFs. TIF 7 is where the old police station is and the CVS is. Those proceeds were used to build this beautiful building. As a result, there is not much increment in TIF 7, and it's a liability to the general fund. So we're going to use the state statute to port money from TIF 5 to TIF 7 to allow for relief on the general fund. At the end of this, we will basically be returning the new assessed value back to the overlying taxing bodies, which basically doubles the EAV that they would have received otherwise, which is a great thing. This is what TIFs are for. It's to help benefit all the taxing bodies. It's a long process, but by the nature of municipalities, we're here a long time.
Any questions from the board?
You said that they last for 23 years, and we're coming up on 23 for your TIF 5. When is year 23 for TIF 7?
It's a great question, and something I probably should know, but I believe it's in about 5 years, so we don't have much time left to help bail that one out. But we do have a little bit of time to lessen the blow. Ultimately, the taxing bodies will never see, the other overlying taxing bodies will not see any detriment to that TIF. It's going to become a general fund liability, which we've already accounted for. So we're just trying to stymie that burden.
Okay.
Any other questions from the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Penicola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and the resolution is approved. Number 9 is a motion to remand the site plan and variation to construct a 2,000 square foot light industrial building at 238 Park Street to the Community Development Commission. Is there a motion to remand the site plan and variation to construct this 2,000 square foot light industrial building at 238 Park Street to the Community Development Commission?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
There being a motion and second discussion, Scott?
You know, the petitioner is here. We as the CDC chair is as well. There was a lot of discussion on this site plan at the CDC meeting last week, and there was discussion about continuing it at the CDC so that some of these things could be worked out. The suggestion was made that perhaps they could get a site plan very quickly back to the staff, which frankly they did, and we might be able to move this thing along one way or the other. As it turns out, we did get that site plan. Staff had a lot of concerns with that. It didn't pan out the way we thought it would pan out with the changes. And so we are requesting it be remanded back to the CDC just to present to you something that's complete back in January.
Something that you guys can work out, you believe, at CDC level?
Yes, sir.
And
These are the petitioners, the property owners here.
all right, you'll take whatever they have after the meeting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll work on it after the meeting, okay? Any questions from the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Penicola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries. The matter is referred back to the Community Development Commission for further consideration. Congratulations, Scott. You have more on the agenda this week than Joe. On the finance, resolution established the refuse, recycling, and yard waste rates with Republic Services for the Village of Bensonville effective January 1, 2022. Is there a motion to the resolution?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
There being a motion and a second, is there any discussion?
Back in October of 2018, the village executed a contract for refuse services with Republic. The inside of that contract, it did contain built-in 3% escalators every year. So this is the 3% escalator that we will use to update our rates for the village. On average, this will raise garbage rates 75 cents for the average resident and 64 cents for seniors.
Any questions from the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona? Yes. Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Penicola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries. The resolution is approved. On the Public Works, number 1 is a resolution authorizing the execution of PACE Paratransit Local Share Agreement for the participation in the 2022 Ride DuPage program. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
You
You
have
have
a
a
motion?
motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Being a motion and a second, do we have discussion, Joe?
Yeah, so before you tonight is the PACE agreement to participate in Ride DuPage program again for 2022. The Ride DuPage program is our paratransit program that provides transportation services to our seniors in our disabled community. Once they register with the village, and they do that at the Public Works Department, PACE will provide rides anywhere within DuPage County as well as to the O'Hare Airport. Fares for the program will remain as $2 flagpole plus $1 per mile traveled. The village does have 204 clients currently registered with the program. Each year, we see about 750 rides through the program. It comes out to be about $6,000 a year. So this is something we budget in our capital budget, or our operations budget, and staff does recommend approval to continue the program.
Any questions from the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona? Yes. Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Penicola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and the resolution is approved. 2 is a resolution authorizing the execution of a funding increase to the crossing improvement agreement with Metra as it relates to the Church Road TAP TCM project in the amount of $60,000 for the final amount of $632,233. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
You have a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Being a motion and a second, is there any discussion?
Yeah, so back in 2018, the village did come to an agreement with Metra to do some improvements at the Church Road crossing, which would be to install a bike path that connected our other project that was bringing up to the railroad crossing, as well as doing some other upgrades to our controls throughout the village of Bensonville. At the time, the estimated cost was $572,233. The improvements, as I mentioned, were part of the larger Church Road Bike Path Phase 3 project. The village actually did receive $331,173 of grant funding to do this project. 3 years later, Metra finally completed their project, and they sent their final invoices to the village. Upon receipt of the invoices, staff noticed that there was quite a substantial bump in the original agreed-upon estimate to the tune of almost $180,000. According to the agreement, they were supposed to keep us in contact with any sort of overages. Not to say that the work wasn't completed and the work did cost more. We did negotiate with Metra to split the cost in a 1/3 village, 2/3 Metra. So we're looking for a funding increase of $60,000, and Metra will basically eat about $120,000 of their work. So we feel that was a fair negotiation with them, and staff does recommend approval.
I think Joe's kind of glossing over. It was a rather, Joe held his ground. It was a rather difficult negotiation, so I want to hand it to Joe on that one.
Thank you.
Any questions from the board? There being a motion and a second, please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Penicola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's five.
Motion carries and resolution is approved. Must be a Christmas miracle that Joe only has 2 items on the agenda. Presidential remarks. We have nothing on the recreations. On to the presidential remarks. I want to take this opportunity to personally thank all of the village staff, our trustees, our village clerk, and for all their hard work they've done over the year, the dedication, the commitment to this community. It's been tireless. It's been challenging. It's been fun. It's been hard. It's been sad, all rolled into one. I look forward to a prosperous 2022, and it's going to be filled with many more opportunities for our village, and we have a lot more on the on our plate that we want to devour. Let's put it that way. We truly are Bensonville strong. It's been proven for what we've been through the last couple of years, especially this year was rough. So again, I want to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas. To all our residents, all of our seniors, all of our kids, everybody out there, we all want to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas, a very, very Happy New Year. Stay safe, be smart, and be Bensonville strong. Thank you guys very much. Merry Christmas. That concludes our presidential remarks. Do we have a village manager's report?
I don't know how I follow that up. I'm gonna sound like the Grinch here.
I could just drop the mic. We can end it right now.
But who would remind people to buy their vehicle stickers by the end of the year?
Ho, ho, ho.
I have no further comments, Your Honor.
Well, the attorney could probably spice some things up.
I got no report.
All right. Is there any unfinished business to come before the board tonight? Any new business to come before the board tonight? Do we have executive session?
We do not, Mr. President.
Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn this meeting?
You have a motion.
Do you have a second on the
Second.
motion?
Second.
Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona? Yes. Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Penicola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries. We are adjourned. Merry Christmas, everybody. We'll see you next year. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.